On the wing, we have three consistent main ways to create chances: the cutback zone, the cut inside zone, and lastly, the recycle zone. And so in this video, we are going to look at how you can create chances from different zones. And in each zone, I will give you the secret attacking trick to make your attack effective. So hit that like button and we start. Visit u7buy.com and get some cheap, safe, and reliable FC coins. You have to build a strong squad to manage the competition. Use the discount code DRFC for 6% off, link in the description. So what are cutbacks? That's where you drive down the byline and look for that pass to one of your striker inside the box and score easy goals just like that. It may look simple, but a lot of average players can't score goals from cutbacks, and they usually get their passes intercepted by the opponent's defender, and even they don't know the right moment to drive towards the byline. If so, then stay focused on the video. So how to understand that it's the moment you go for the byline? Number 1 is space. If you spot that open space down the byline, that's the clear opportunity to drive towards that space and exploit. Here you're most likely to face less or no resistance because the path is open. Then number 2 is the defender's reaction. You have to keep your eyes on the opponent's selected defender. Here you have to observe how the opponent is defending. If he's not showing any signs of applying pressure to this ball holder, then that's the green flag that you should continue driving towards the byline. If you ever face these types of opponents who are too passive, make sure that you abuse the byline trick to create many chances against them. By the way, we have a dedicated video explaining all the possible ways you can build up on the wing, so make sure you check it out, link in the description. So when you drive down the byline, the last thing is to find that pass to one of your players inside the box and score. So here I always like to use the ball roll and then pass the ball using the driven pass, aiming towards my strikers and simply just either score a tap in, or many times first control the ball and then shoot to score. Let's have two good examples on this. I see this pass towards my winger and take it. As the opponent quickly selects his center back, I see this space down the byline. It's a green flag for the cutback, and so I sprint towards the byline. The opponent stops a little bit, anticipating that I can pass to this player or change the direction, which he was wrong because I aimed for the space. I see my striker running inside the box, and so the last thing is to get the ball to his feet. So I perform the ball roll, use the driven pass while aiming the left analog towards him, and ending up scoring this simple cracker. Last example, I pass the ball to my fullback. I see this space towards the byline and the opponent is not showing any signs of approaching, as he's more focused on this pass. So I dribble down using the controlled sprint to keep my movement smooth with more control and speed. Reaching this point, I see this open pass to my player. I use the driven pass, get the ball to his feet, control, and score. Though using the ball roll pass is overpowered and effective, but it's not the only way to score from cutbacks. Sometimes you will miss this far post pass because you're too focused on only the middle options. So if you see one of your players running towards the far post, aim towards him and use the driven pass to score these easy tap-ins. Cut-ins may look similar to cutbacks, but they are actually different. Cutbacks drive towards the byline for that one pass to your strikers and score, but cut-ins you instead cut inside and look for any pass to one of your players inside the box. And here many times you will have multiple passing options to create with and get that shooting spot and score. How to understand the situation and go for the cut-ins. Number 1 is the passing option, driving down the wing, and when you see one of your strikers moving forward but in a very slow way, this is the sign that he's in good position to receive the pass. And if the opportunity is there, you should go for that pass. Not only strikers, but many times you will see your player moving slowly forward into the opponent's box. The next thing to watch out is the defender movement. If the opponent is overcommitting with his defender chasing your player to close up the byline path, then that's a moment to break and cut inside. Get the ball to one of your players inside and make a use of this opportunity. So many times if you see the opponent overcommitting down the wing, then you should cut inside. We have many tricks we can use to cut inside, for example, the ball roll and pass. This is a very simple skill move you can use to cut inside. So after you get that cut and pass, you have to be very direct and get the ball all to your free player with an open shooting angle to score. These cut-ins, you will always have these extra passes. Pass the ball until you get that open space to shoot. So it's all about passing the ball. Sometimes you have to implement the break of game direction. These cut-ins, normally we pass the ball following the game direction because it's natural. And that's what makes these cut-ins very effective, because your player's position in this game direction format. But against good opponents, sometimes this may not work because they can read the game direction and anticipate your next pass inside the box. So to counter this, you have to sometimes break the game direction, take the ball forward, and shoot to surprise the opponent. Let's have 3 good examples on these cut-ins. The first example, the opponent tries to throw the ball to his fullback, but I see that and quickly close up that pass and win the ball high up the pitch. As I attempt to drive forward, I see the opponent overcommitting with his center back, anticipating the byline move, and I also see my winger moving forward in a slow way, meaning he's making himself available for a cut-in. So I perform the ball roll to break the opponent's anticipation to cut inside. I pass the ball to my winger. So now you can see this pattern forming up, get the ball to this player, then finally to this striker. Following the game direction, this pattern will always be available. So I pass to my midfielder. As the opponent rushed to block this shooting angle, I get the ball to my striker, control towards the space, and shoot far post to score. Next example, as I'm sprinting towards the byline, the opponent overcommits chasing my winger, and he's very close to my player. So I make this safe turn shielding the ball. I see this pass to my striker and quickly take it. And you also see here, this pattern always forms up naturally, but according to the match, it's a 77-minute of the game. I know my opponent is good due to the experience through the match, and I know he will definitely see that and try to defend it, so I use the break of game direction. As you see, the opponent was anticipating the flow of game direction, but I surprised him by just controlling the ball forward, beating his anticipation and get myself into an open space, perform the ball roll to open up that near post, and shoot to score. Last example, I pass the ball to my striker and use the sprint touch to get myself in behind of the opponent's defense, but he managed to chase my striker and am seeing he's about to catch up. As he's sprinting, it means he is overcommitting, so I decide to break. And breaking here, I attempted to use the ball roll into scoop turn. I didn't execute the skill move well, but it is what it is. It worked and I break. So here I can see this pattern forming up as usual, but this striker haven't yet got into that spot, and this pass to this midfielder is very risky. So I dribble diagonally to beat the opponent's pressure from this fullback as I wait for this player, and at the same time keeping this passing angle open. By the way, we have recently made a video explaining how you can dribble in a way that you beat pressure and also keeping the passing lane open. Check that in the description. So here I take this pass to my striker, get the ball to the midfielder, control into the space and score. Recycle the ball is a result of failing to get towards the byline and also getting that cut-in opportunity. That's when you recycle the ball. It's somehow similar to cut-ins. The only difference is that cut-ins you only face center backs, leaving out the midfielders. But recycle you face all the midfielders, wingers, and center backs. It may look difficult, but this has been as the most effective way to score goals in FC24 by some players. When do you understand that this is the moment I should recycle the ball? Number 1 is when the opponent defends both the byline and the cut-in. If the opponent manages to block your path towards the byline and also closing up that cut-in pass, this is the moment you keep the ball safe and recycle the play. Number 2 is overloaded defenders on that side, facing many opponents' defenders on that side, like the opponent having his defenders well positioned and organized. This makes it difficult to cut inside or driving for the byline, and so recycle the ball and create something. So how can we get the best from recycling the ball? Here we first follow the game direction concept because it will make passing the ball easier. Then the main key is to speed up the attack. Implement some quick passes like the one-touch passes, and also fast-moving passes like the driven pass. This gets the ball quickly to your player, and sometimes you can just use some boosty skill moves like the step-overs. Speeding up your attack is very important here, because what makes the byline and cut-ins difficult to go for is mainly about the opponent's defender overloading on that side, which means the middle and the opposite side will always be free. So passing the ball quickly, you don't give time for these defenders to close up these spaces, and when you take things quick, you end up having plenty of spaces in the middle to use and break the opponent's defense. So that's it, guys. Make sure you also watch that wing play video and understand how you can build up consistently. Then this video will be useful in addition to that. See each other in the next one. Thanks for watching.